Ulanzi Video Accessories.
They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance.
Movo. Creators want it.
What is going on, guys? It is Wednesday. It is way after 7:30, but that's all right. But it is the Geek Saga, and I am your host, Eugene, along with my other host right there, David. What's going on, man?
Shit, man. Been busy all day. Literally just ran in as I was setting up the computer. Like, I ran to do an errand and then cut back and just got here at 7:25.
Yeah, well, you called me, and I was on my way back to my room to get the stupid adapter that I forgot in the room to be able to connect everything up. But I made it on time to kind of be able to kind of see what I'm doing here. But, dude, today has been a day. Like, a day. It's ridiculous.
I believe you.
Oh, man. It got to the point where I had a headache because I didn't have any caffeine. And you know how those days go. It's like I went and I didn't get a chance to make the coffee because the coffee pot was disgusting. Then I was like, shoot, I'm going to go over to the PX to go get freaking Ghost. I grab my Ghost and I come back and I'm like, whoo, I'm going to get my caffeine. And then all of a sudden I get a call. This, and this is going on. Are you freaking kidding me? Left to go handle that. Then it was just phone call after phone call after phone call. I finally didn't get to eat till like 3:30, and I'm just now having the caffeine. So I'm going to be up all night. So it's great. So
Do I look blurry to you? I feel like I look blurry.
let me see. I don't have you on full screen, so you look a little bit blurry. I think it's because of the green screen. Like, bring your hand all the way up to the camera and then slowly pull it away to reveal your face. God damn. No, there, that's better.
Anyway.
So anyways, what's going on with you, fool?
Nothing, man. Just trying to get through the week, man. That's all. Every day.
Every day, something new, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't going to use my green screen today, but I got a pile of boxes behind me that I haven't had a chance to go through.
So you got to use the green screen.
We got
Chris Gordon over on Instagram. What's going on? And is that your cousin?
I don't know, dude. I'm not on Instagram right now.
Agent 760?
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome, Agent 760. I never can keep track of your freaking cousin whenever he pops on because it's always something different.
Dude, his names are always different.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, really? But I like having him on. I'm not going to, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, shoot, man, I've actually been really busy the last few days because we are getting ready for LA Comic-Con. And
can't wait, man.
Dude, I can't wait either. But it's nerve-wracking building up to it.
Yeah.
Like, so for those of you guys that don't know, I mean, obviously LA Comic-Con is coming up. But we are going to be in a booth along with Project Wish Upon a Star, this is our 3rd year doing this with them, which is awesome. They've been gracious to us every year to allow us to come back into the booth. Darren loves having us in there, he says. And this year's theme is going to be Saturday morning cartoons. So with that, we have Larry Williams from Hanna-Barbera. I think he said he was one of the last of the Hanna-Barbera, I guess, original artists that's alive still. The dude's 91.
That's crazy to me, man. Well,
yeah,
91, bro. I wish that I'm going to cons at 91.
Seriously. I think the next oldest would be, or probably up there with him would be Bob Gurr, he ends up showing up to, like, he was there actually last year at LA Comic-Con. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but hopefully maybe this year will be the year that we can actually talk to him. But he's the guy that basically designed most of the rides at Disneyland, like Autopia.
And right after them is like you.
Oh, you're so funny. Oh, you're so funny. Oh,
James, where you at? Tell everyone how old this guy is.
What is James saying? Yes, there he is. Next oldest. Thank you, James. James, if you look really closely at my hair, I don't think you'll see the gray.
It's called It's just called Just for Men.
I know Just for Men up here, maybe down here, but not up here. Shoot.
That's Keeps right there. Hymns, whatever else they're selling on Instagram.
Dude, now they got Hymns, they got hers, they got like
theirs.
What the hell? And have you watched the commercial for Hymns? Like, listen to that thing. Is your problem not lasting long enough or getting hard? I'm like, my kid's sitting right here. I don't need her to listen to that.
Especially while you're answering silently, you're like,
yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, baby.
Oh no, dude. So the best commercial now that I've seen, and if anybody's seen this too, it's freaking hilarious. The commercial is for a website and a pill, and the website's called Bent Carrot. So you already see where it's going. This carrot is dropping down from the ceiling, lands on this is a chopping block, okay? Not just a surface, it's a freaking chopping block. The lady's getting ready to cut it up, and it's a bent carrot. And the narrator then comes over and says, not everybody's manlyhood is straight. It's like, what? What are we talking about? The lady's about to cut this bent carrot, and you're talking about my manlyhood? Oh my God. So then it starts showing all kinds of pictures and talking about this pill will help it go from this to not so much that. Bentcarrot.com, just in case you guys need to know. And if your wiener is that's not a good thing. It's a medical condition.
I'm gonna need you to have your caffeine earlier in the day. It's really affecting your banter here, buddy.
Hey, but at least we've got good Wi-Fi signal to hear it all.
It's because you took your pills, so your signal's up.
My antenna is straight. It's not bent. So we're good. Oh my God. But you know what, guys, let's get now that we got that out of the way. This week's affiliate is Bent Carrot, in case you guys are wondering, and have that problem. No. We don't have that problem. Anyways, we want to kick it off by talking about, of course, Ulanzi. Ulanzi is a great company who I'm sure after they hear this, they will drop us and say, yeah, no, we're not going to.
Yeah, dropping you.
But the lights that you see that are lighting me up, The lights in the background, they're all Ulanzi lights. They're a great company. I do love them. I'm hoping to be able to get a couple of the lights so we can give those things away at the con, which if the money gods love me, then I will be getting that. And then also, they don't just have lights. They also have tripods and other great stands that they can use, that you can use if you're a videographer or a photographer. So check them out. Great prices, great place, great service. Check them out. It's Ulanzi. We have a link in the bio, so there you go. Next we've got, and we had a commercial about this on the beginning, which is Movo. Let me get that better. Movo is another great company. If you guys notice, I am wearing the exact microphone that was at the beginning of the show. It is a great little microphone. I'm starting to use it for this. I'm looking to see if I can get something that could just like stick on instead of clip on, because it doesn't, it kind of looks big and I don't want to hear you bouncing against my chest. Chesticles. But we use a lot of their microphones, and if you guys end up going to the con, you will be seeing a lot of Movo microphones that we have. It's going to be on our table, and also when we move around, we're going to be carrying our Movo mics to be able to get some great interviews. So Movo is a great company, and if you're just starting out with your podcast or whatever it is that you may be doing when it comes to videography, or mainly videography or podcasts, great mics, great prices. Check them out. Links in the bio. So with that, we're going to come back to boom, bent carrot for the rest of you. No, I'm over it.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I mean, because I've been watching a lot of Hulu. Tell me why on Hulu we're getting all those commercials for all those medications that we don't even know what the person that has to take the medication, what they're sick of, other than bent carrot. I got the meaning of that, but all those other ones that have like, they give you this list of freaking side effects where it's like, leaky butthole or freaking just all this nasty stuff.
Just means
like,
you have to check your ass gasket.
Yeah, but it's like, just, you know what, at that point, just let me die. Just let me go, because I'm not going to take a pill that's going to be like everything's just coming out of every orifice.
I think you would.
Oh no, dude, I'm done. At that point, it's just like, no. Just
like Dave Chappelle. So back in the day, you used to die of dysentery. You get that first squirt, you'd be like, oh, I guess I better get my affairs in order.
Yeah, and that's a lesson to you guys, Oregon Trail. If you guys don't remember it, the worst thing that you can get is dysentery. And if you guys are out there and, even freaking tuberculosis, go out like freaking Doc Holliday, but all right, enough of that. I'm just babbling on, I know. So I don't know if you guys were here last week, but last week we had some technical difficulties, and also David was not with us. This week we seem to be having better luck with the technical side. So this week you guys get to listen to all the news that we have.
Lucky you.
Yes, lucky them. But I'm moving this around. I'm setting it up, and somebody's walking around in the background. And yeah, just in time too. Anyways, all right, let's get on with this. So we're going to obviously start off with one of our favorite segments, which is I sure hope no more dial-up. Lupe, I can't guarantee that. But all right, I'm moving on. You ready, David?
Yes, sir.
All right, then we're going to kick it off with our first segment, which we call the Geek News, and it didn't pop up. There it is. All right, guys. Hey, David, did you hear about this?
No.
You didn't hear about the Call of Duty possible movie coming to the big screen?
I did not.
Well, let me tell you what this is. So Paramount and Activision officially announced a live-action Call of Duty movie is in development. Now, let me kick it off by starting with David. What do you think of that?
I mean, what is going on here?
That was my
As long as they give us something fresh story-wise, I think it'll be cool. But if it's like the rest of the games that have been coming out and it's just the same game with the new skin over it, which they'll probably just give us another, they'll remake Modern Warfare 2 or some shit like that. I could care less.
So, and I know James is probably in here or he may come back, but I know they talked about this, I think last week. And my view on this is it comes down to, again, the storyline. Now, you say you hope that they don't just rehash like the story of like, otherwise it's going to be Modern Warfare 2. I think if they actually took the characters and created or took at least the storyline of the very first one and moved their way up, not the very first because the first one was World War II. But I think it can be a really good story. Possibly.
I mean, eventually Fast and the Furious is going to end, and we're going to need another 20-film series. Might as well do Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go as far back to World War II and then go through the ages and then, end up in the future because that's what they give us. So potentially you can get Fast and Furious 50, also with this thing. So the film will be produced, developed, and distributed by Paramount under the leadership of CEO David Allison. Now, my other thing is that we got Halo from Paramount. And David, what did you think of Halo?
I didn't watch it all. I got like 1 or 2 episodes in, and then I stopped watching it and never picked it back up. Not because I wasn't interested, just didn't have time to go back. And then after enough time passed, I didn't care about picking it back up.
But it within those first few episodes, did it even like catch you to where it's like, damn, I'm missing out, I really want to watch it? Or was it more of a, it's not what I wanted, it wasn't all that great and I can do it?
I think I watched it for the nostalgia. I didn't really watch it because I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be fucking awesome. Like it was just I'll watch this because it's a Halo show.
Yeah. So I kind of stepped into it also that same way where it's like it's a Halo show for the nostalgia. I want to see what they may do. The thing is that I was kind of ruined because I read the books prior to the show coming out. Which you didn't read the books, right? Or didn't you recommend the books to me?
No, I never read the Halo books. I may have saw them as they were putting them out. Maybe I told you about them then. But no, I never went back and read them.
I think you did tell me about them and told me what the premise was, and then I went back and I went and read them, and the storyline was freaking awesome. Like it's a great story. And yes, in the book, Master Chief does take off his helmet. You do see his face in the book. There's quite a few times they mention his face, which is fine, but he wasn't looking like freaking, what was his name? Pablo whatever. Yeah, exactly. But so it didn't take away from me if they took his helmet off. It took away from the thing where it's like he's this pretty boy when in the book he's not. He really isn't. He's actually kind of oogly because of all that they did to him.
Sell, bro. Why do you think Daniel Craig only got 3 movies and then they kicked him out?
Daniel Craig is a beautiful man.
Sure.
Hey, but I don't want to go into. I was going to go into something else that I read about the whole Bond girl, and that now Ariana Grande is up in the running to be a Bond girl, and I'm like, no.
All right, Ben Carrot.
Yeah, I don't need to see Ariana Grande as a Bond girl. She is no. Anyways, so what they're saying is they're designed to honor the franchise and expand it to new audiences. Do you really think that they need a new audience for this game?
I don't know, man. That's different to me because the audience is ever expanding. Every time they come out with a new one, there's a new set of gamers getting into Call of Duty. Now, if they're talking about people who don't play video games, then yeah, I could see that happening. But
I don't, and here's the thing is I don't see it gaining more players because the fact is that the people that are going to go see this movie are players. They know the Call of Duty games. They know the franchise. Yes, some of them may be bringing their kids to this movie, but it's not building a new era of video gamers because like you said, it's done just purely through the game. And each time a new one comes out, a new set of gamers are going to start playing. So.
And most gamers now don't care about a story anyways. The Call of Duty games have slowly been dropping the whole campaign function of the game and just it's only multiplayer.
Which to me, I find that kind of sucks. I'll be honest. I don't like going strictly multiplayer because it's like I do like having a story to go through and having to complete the mission and all this other stuff. But maybe that's just because I know I'm old.
Well, not only that, but I mean, on the uniform side of everything, these are like small little recruiting tools. You know what I mean? You give them a campaign and the kids are like, oh, I didn't know you could do that in the military. I didn't know you could do this job. Or is that something you can actually train to become, And they get interested and it sparks like the future generation of kids who are going to enlist or whatever.
Which if you go straight into multiplayer, you don't get that. You just get like kids thinking that they could just run and then they jump and you'll miss them and then they'll land and they'll shoot you and, they think they're the best. But in the campaign, at least we have to go through an actual mission. My favorite part of the game was when we got to go into oh my God, goddamn Angel of Death, the C-130 with the freaking cannon in the back and all that, the smoke, Puff the Magic Dragon.
The A-10 Warthog?
Not the A-10 Warthog, but the large gunship. And you got to switch between the guns and you got to freaking pound the ground and all that stuff. That was cool. I thought that was fun because you just see their little bodies running around and then all of a sudden bodies are flying everywhere because you're blowing them up. But
AC-130?
Yes, this AC-130. There we go. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really not like this idea is not that big for me because we've seen a lot of the live action movies from video games and tell me one that's actually done really well. Live action. Okay.
You just asked for one, The Witcher.
True, The Witcher. All right. You got me on that one. But it was actually a Netflix show, which it made sense to have it as a show. But I'm talking about like movie. Has there been a video game movie that's actually done really well?
Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It wasn't great, but it did well.
It wasn't great. And then I don't think it didn't even do well. I think it came out, it didn't even make, it may have made back what it took to make the movie, but I don't think it actually made money until after when it got a cult following on DVD or VHS. And even now they're obviously bringing out another Street Fighter and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, movie-wise, I would say Mortal Kombat was probably the first and second Mortal Kombat movies were probably the most successful video game movies. Rampage sucked.
God, yeah. That was horrible.
Yeah, I would say probably
Yeah, even-
those are the only Mortal Kombat's are probably the most semi-okay movies that are based on video games.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with at least for the first one, which was a huge thing for me when growing up, and you too, because it came out when you were younger. But yeah, I mean, we had Doom, which sucked.
Are you talking about the first one with The Rock?
Yeah, with The Rock,
Bad.
awful, horrible.
Oh, Gaspacho's King said Need for Speed.
What? Need for Speed?
Yeah, the movie was pretty good, man. The racing one.
I don't even remember that movie. Wow. Yeah.
Go watch it.
I guess I'm gonna have to go watch it. I honestly don't remember that even came out. Well, I mean, they're talking about also other franchises because obviously, Sonic was huge. So there it is. So we missed out on mentioning Sonic. All three Sonics were actually really good, and they were big.
So, I would argue that the third one's the best.
And I still got to watch that third one. So I'm gonna.
You haven't seen the Robotnik dance? What's wrong with you?
No, dude, I have not. Come on. I just barely saw a freaking K-pop Demon Slayer.
Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Or Demon Hunter. Yeah, sorry. Demon Hunter.
By the way, how was that?
It wasn't bad.
I told you you wouldn't have anything bad to say.
I don't have anything in it. That's what I hate. I hate the fact that it wasn't bad. The stupid song at the end was like, oh my God, it's been building up to these girls are going to fight this demon and they're coming together and it's love.
The song they couldn't write. This is what it sounds like.
So damn you all to hell. But now they're also in talks about doing, obviously we know that they're going to be bringing out a Legend of Zelda. They're talking about doing Metal Gear Solid and an Elden Ring adaptation. So if Call of Duty does well, it's opened up the gates for a lot of other movies. But we already know that Zelda's in the works because we've seen the two people that they picked to play Link and Zelda. So, no, see, now we've got Chelsea over there saying, yes, I'm glad
that you watched the movie.
That I watched the movie. She was the one last week or the week before that talking about that her and the kids sing in the car their songs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyways, so Call of Duty moves to the big screen is more than just another video game adaptation. This may be a cinematic call to arms for other video game franchises to make it big on the big screen. So let's see what they can do and if they will even create a saga with this. But I'm still skeptical. Moving on to the next one, which this is more for you, David. Naruto.
Naruto.
Whatever. Naruto.
Not Naruto. Naruto.
Naruto. Better?
Yes.
All
there
right.
you go.
Okay. You aware of this?
I was not actually.
Oh my God. This one I picked for you because I was all like, he's going to know more than I do because I'm still behind on my episodes, even though you gave me the list of how I should be watching it and all the fluff stuff I need to bump out because I don't need a fluffer for it.
Hold on. Let me brush up real quick because I think I might know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. Let me see.
So Naruto's back, and not just in spirit.
Did I lose you? Did I lose you?
Oh God, are we back?
You're back.
Okay. How much of that was? Oh, there we go. Signal's kicking back up. 4 brand new episodes have finally been completed. So these things were originally announced to come out as Naruto's 20th anniversary back in 2023. And the production was heavily delayed, and fans have been waiting for the last, I'm going to guess this has been longer than this to get to these 4 episodes, right?
Say that again.
It's been a lot longer since not just 2023, but excuse me. When did Naruto end? Because I know Baruto came right after.
Boruto.
Oh my God! Whatever.
I don't know why you choose things you can't pronounce, man. You're making us look bad.
Hey, that's why now when I go up to people to interview them, I'm like, I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name. I know your first name, Bob. So we're going to just go with that. Not even go any further.
Listen here, Bob Eager. Yeah. So Boruto aired 2003.
It was
and I think it went until 2000.
I'm looking at it. 14? Or no, wait, sorry. The original anime, so it says the original anime ended in 2007.
Yeah, so 2007.
And then the Shippuden finished in 2017.
Yeah, because Shippuden's way longer than the first half of the anime. And
that the manga actually ended in 2014. So they stopped serializing it then. So what I'm getting out of this is that we've been waiting since 2017 to get these last 4 episodes that they're finally going to be putting out this year. Actually,
I don't think that's correct. What I think they mean by these last 4 episodes, I think these last 4 episodes have been put into production because of Boruto not being well received by the fandom.
Which I've not watched Boruto.
I wouldn't recommend it till you finish Naruto, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon, so you'll probably never get to it. But it's very much first season Naruto, but stretched out for a very long time.
So there's a lot more fluff in that than there was in.
The funny thing is it's not fluff. It's all canon. It's all
really
canon to the story. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of just in grade school type anime style stuff, where in Naruto you get that for a few seasons, and then once the action ramps up, you're like, you forget these kids are fucking 10, 12, 11, 13 years old. You know what I mean? And then by the time Shippuden happens, you're already so far into the story. You're like, damn, this shit's dope. Like, I just got to keep watching it. Boruto feels like it drags a little bit longer, and they're trying to keep that like young Boruto time going. I don't know. I didn't finish it, man. I'm not even caught up with whatever anime is out for Boruto.
You've told me before, hey, don't worry about watching the Boruto because it's just whatever. Mainly finish up on Naruto and go through Shippuden, and then if I can finish it, I can get ready for these 4 episodes that are going to be coming out. So this whole thing is supposed to take us back bring us back more of the classic feel of the Naruto era. Naruto. So, I mean, what do you think, man? This is more your.
I'm excited, dude. Anything new for Naruto is always going to be cool for me, because I think it and Avatar: The Last Airbender have some of the longest, like best, well-written stories. And I would say Naruto is the only anime that's ever brought me to the verge of crying while watching the anime.
Which episode?
You can't. I can't tell you. Can't tell you till you get there.
Because you said that about the freaking. You say that about freaking Uncle what's his face singing, which that thing brings me to tears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, well-written stories, well-written characters. You grow to love everyone, and then you hear "Leaves from the Vine." You know what I mean? And you're like fighting back the tears. But the Naruto, like once you get towards the end of the main series, and then as you just fucking watch Shippuden, like there's so many different like heart-tugging moments because you see these things that are happening. It's rough, dude, because you fall in love with Naruto and these characters that he grew up with, and these little things happen over and over, and you're just like, bro, I don't think my heart can handle this shit. Like, and actually, what's funny that you chose this picture because it's the best thing that comes out of Boruto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just took this picture from, I don't even know where I took it from.
Probably the web page that the story came from.
Yeah, I think I did. I just grabbed it because I was in a hurry. I was like,
but so it's a new like transformation for Naruto. It's both controversial and really cool at the same time. Everyone hates what they did with it. Once you get to the end of Shippuden, you'll understand the hate for why Boruto has so much hate.
well, now I got to finish it. Man, that's like, what, 300 and something episodes?
It's either that or you start One Piece, and then I'll never see you.
God. I started One Piece, and then I started scrolling down. I'm like, holy crap. I'm never going to finish this. I'm going to have to literally watch it like all day long, every day.
Watch while you're driving.
I got to listen to my books. I got to be able to read.
I let that shit play while I was driving back and forth to work.
I'm
100% caught up.
Well, I'll have to think about that because I've got books that I got to read, so that's my reading time.
That's your listening time.
Reading time. It's the same thing.
Reading is your eyes picking letters up off a page.
I'm
and
using my
them.
Imagination.
Okay, so then that's fucking story time for you. It's not reading time.
It's reading, damn it.
You might as well have a cookie and milk and sleep on the fucking carpet when you're done.
Actually, I do remember that back in the day. We had our own little boxes that had our little blankie in it, and that's what they would open up.
Yeah, but for you, that was Tuesday before Canasta.
Whatever, dude. Anyways, we're moving on. So Naruto's legacy continues to endure. This upcoming batch of episodes could be a heartfelt gift for longtime fans. So David's probably going to end up crying at the end of these.
Probably not, but I'll be more than happy to watch them.
I got to finish them. So, whether you grew up watching Naruto run through the Hidden Leaf or just recently binged the series, which there is no way of just recently binging the series. You will be binging it for months before you finish. So check it out. If you haven't started, check it out. I have started. I'm going to go back and I am going to finish it because I am running out of TV shows to watch. So there we go. All right, moving on to the next thing, which is, this is something that's really cool. It's coming. So, why did I mess that up? I got the wrong slide. I switched the pictures. So we're going to go back to it, but we're going to just look at Marty and Doc to start. Ultraman storms into LA Comic-Con. Guys, if you have not watched Ultraman or have never heard of Ultraman, you guys should. Because honestly, the original Ultraman was freaking amazing. I loved it. I liked watching it. What do you think, David?
Dude, so my first introduction to Ultraman was not the show. It was actually Super NES Ultraman video game.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was on the Super NES. My grandmother had it, and they lived next door, so I would always go over there and just take the cartridge and run back to my house and play it. But yeah, that was my intro to Ultraman. And then after that, I was like, dude, this is dope because it's just like Godzilla, big ass dudes in suits, small landscapes, and another dude fighting them. Like I thought it was great. And then of course, Power Rangers going on at the time, so it felt very familiar.
Mhm.
So I loved it, dude. It was cool.
Yeah. So for me, the first introduction was because I was watching, all the freaking Godzilla movies, and they were starting to adapt more of the Japanese stuff to like air on channel. Well, for me, it was Channel 9, KTLA in Los Angeles. And that was when they were bringing out like Ultraman. They were bringing out a lot of the other like different Japanese cartoons that were dubbed, or not cartoons, but live action stuff that were dubbed. So seeing this coming back is actually pretty cool. And actually, they did do a really good job of that one anime that was on Netflix.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. So I was very shocked and happy with what they did on that too. But the Giant of Light is landing in Los Angeles. So if you guys are going to get down to LA Comic-Con, this is something that you could actually check out. So I'm going to butcher the name, and then they're probably going to say, no, we don't want you to come to our booth. It's Sharub. I'm not even production. Just the Sharubi. No. Anyways, just dropped major news of confirming Ultraman will have a massive presence at this year's LA Comic-Con, and it's packed with must-see exclusives and fan events. I think we may have lost David. Are you there? Oh, you're back. Okay. So LA Comic-Con, which is obviously the 26th through the 28th, and it's at the Convention Center in LA. Their booth, so you guys know, because they even put out the booth number already, is going to be 5225 in the South Hall, which is the same hall that we're going to be in. It's actually the main event. They're going to have a major screening of the U.S. premiere of Ultraman 4K Discovery at this place too. And that's going to be seen on the 28th at 12 p.m. If we're able to make it, we will be there to watch it. It's a remastered episode from the original Ultraman in stunning 4K. So they're going to preview also Ultraman Omega, which will be on September 27th at 1. You get a sneak peek at first two dubbed episodes. New hero, Saranto Okada.
Where are you at?
I'm reading off of some other stuff that they had sent. Sorry. I know I didn't get a chance to
Okita?
Yes. So Rato Okita, he defends the Earth from kaiju while unlocking his forgotten past. Yes, Ultraman. Ultraman. All right. They actually got a lot of stuff. Huh?
The word you couldn't pronounce was Subaraya Productions.
Subaraya Productions. There you go. So bad. I know. There will be, let's see what else. There's going to be a panel. I mean, dude, they've got like a whole weekend plan of a lot of stuff. The thing that I'm really excited about is a possible chance to meet some of these people that have actually worked on it, that they will be opening up for interviews, and we may have a chance to be able to be a part of those interviews. Yeah, get a chance to talk to them about whatever may be going on. So Rebecca K. Reynolds is going to be signing an exclusive book plates while out there. So she'll be at their booth. Their booth is supposed to be a 20 by 20 booth. It's supposed to be a really big one. And I think it's an island because they're supposed to have a lot of great stuff. So card game, promos, limited collectibles, online exclusive available via Ultraman Connection. the list goes on of all this stuff that they're going to be doing. Even in the gaming area, they're going to be pumping out their new Ultraman card game, Rise Cup Tournament. So there you go, man. It's a lot of stuff that's going on.
Yeah. Dude, 130-foot tall, red and silver giant of light Ultraman. That is huge.
Dude, that's going to be, I think it's going to be inside the building. Because they had it at Anime Expo apparently, and it was 100, and that 100 feet is huge.
Yeah, well, 100 feet, that's 13 stories.
So that's got to be outside. There's no way they're going to be able to put that thing inside.
Yeah, dude, LA Comic-Con is not 13 stories huge.
And I think from floor to ceiling, it's at most maybe about 4 stories. Yeah, 4 stories. So that thing's going to be massive. That's going to be actually really cool to see. Let's see, what else was there? I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see what they put out for this booth and what they'll be doing. I mean, it's going to be okay compared to what we're going to be doing. Yeah, we're going to be freaking amazing. But
if you're interested and you want to prep for this, go to the Ultraman official English YouTube channel, and you can find like hours of content that you can get caught up with Ultraman, who they are, what they do, how many different versions of them are out there. But yeah, that's Prime Video, Tubi, Roku, Pluto, everything. You can find hundreds of hours of content spanning the Blockbuster franchise. So get out there, check it out.
Definitely do it. It's actually worth the watch. If you have never watched any of the Japanese shows where there's a dude in a suit jumping around, you're gonna have fun with this. But
Spider-Man.
Oh
no,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god. But Ultraman is blasting back into the US spotlight in a huge way in 4K classics. A brand new English dub series, card tournament, book drops, and more. Check it out at LA Comic-Con this year, obviously at the end of this month. So hopefully you guys will be there. Now we're going to go backwards so we can see the title of the next story, which is talking about one of my all-time favorite movies, all time, and I do mean all time.
Adventures in Babysitting.
That is a close second just because of Elizabeth Shue.
Bro, that is a close second because of D'Onofrio being Thor as a mechanic, bro.
Dude, he was yoked. He was like seriously yoked.
The little girl puts the hammer up just like freaking Paul Rodriguez with a beer in Born in East LA.
Hell yeah. Hey, but did you know that right after that movie, he actually got Full Metal Jacket?
And had to gain hella weight?
Yeah. He had to gain, I think it was 80 pounds to play that part.
Dude, he went from ripped to bulk. Like, that's crazy.
And he says he blames that movie for him never going back to that physique.
That's crazy, dude. But you know what's crazy is he could have easily went back to it and just been a really thick Kingpin had he put on the muscle.
Yeah, that's true. He could have. I mean, he's still. It's not like he looks like fat. He does look. He just looks thick in the show. He looks like the Kingpin from the comic more than ever.
Yeah.
So he still looks pretty good for what he has to do. And he's actually going to be at LA Comic-Con also. Him, Charlie Cox. Who else is going to be there? Luke Cage is going to be there. I don't remember his name.
I hope we run into him so I could be like, sugar. More. Sugar water.
You know, if I get an industry pass, I'm gonna work my magic to try to get in there, and we can get him to talk to. And I'll have you pull your head back and just. But let's get back to the story, okay? This is something I've been waiting for. This is the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, and it is coming out October 31st. They have remastered it. They have put out new commercials or new trailers for it, and I just saw one of the trailers this past weekend when I went to go see The Breakfast Club in theater. And I'm actually really excited because with this, they're putting it back in the theater, but it's also going into the IMAX, which if you've never watched a movie in IMAX, I think this is the movie to go and see in IMAX.
I won't watch it unless they give me Eric Stoltz, man.
Oh my God.
I'm just playing.
Dude, have you ever watched some of the scenes?
Yeah, dude,
with Eric Stoltz?
they're so bad, man. Like, I guess not bad, but it's definitely not Marty. You know what I mean? He doesn't feel like Marty.
Well, those scenes felt so like very dark and serious.
And he was method acting. It's like, bro, why are you method acting Marty McFly? Like, yeah, I'm walking here. Like, well, you can only say that like 4 times.
You know what's crazy is that I heard I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching something that it was more of a in-depth behind the scenes of Back to the Future, and they brought up Stoltz and method acting. And they said that when he came on set, he didn't want to be called Eric. He wanted to be called Marty. And that's all they were going to do was call him Marty. And he left in the clothes and came back in the clothes. And when they went to freaking Doc, Christopher Lloyd, and told him, hey, look, I know that you guys we've been doing this for about 8 weeks, because they actually filmed for 8 weeks with Eric Stoltz. They said, we're going to have to let Eric go, and we're going to be bringing in somebody different. He said, who's Eric? And they're like, Marty. He's all like, oh, I thought his name was Marty the whole time. That's how much Eric was just into the part. And it's just like, you're right. Why do you need to be a method actor when you're just playing a teenage kid?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. So I love this movie. I really do. I'm actually going to get a DeLorean tattoo. No joke. I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to get it. I'm going to get it on my arm right here in this spot where it's with the flames behind it. But
I thought you were going to get it on your cheeks. So when the door is open, whoop.
So the smoke goes out.
So they can get a good look at the flux capacitor.
I'm picturing that. Once in a great while, you might actually get a little,
Get a little lift after the bent carrot pill takes over.
Oh, where we're going, we don't need roads. Ain't no streak marks here, man. Ain't gonna be leaving no streak.
This is one of those things that's gonna be cool, because this is something like we talk about these movies all the time. And even though we want them to come out with new shit and new stories and entertain us in a new way, like there's nothing cooler than bringing back something from the past and introducing it to the kids without remastering, without tailoring it, just giving them all those old practical effects, all the cool stories. It's kind of like I missed it, but TMNT, when they put it back in the theaters the last weekend of August.
Yeah.
How many kids like that? You know, how many kids never seen that type of movie?
It is actually really cool to be able to see it. And with this, they are just cleaning up the film. They're not like cutting things out or adding things back in. They're just showing it as is. So, and also, like I said, they're putting it in freaking IMAX, which if you've never been to an IMAX theater, it is an amazing thing to see. It's a huge screen, and I love going to the IMAX. It's really rare that I go, and because it takes a certain movie to get me to spend that kind of money to actually go to it. And this is one of them that I will spend the money to go see it, because why not? The really cool thing about this is that they're actually going to be putting out, if you do go see it at IMAX, they're going to be giving away special 40th edition posters for the movie. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Dude, you know what movie needs to be remastered and put in IMAX?
What?
Battlestar Galactica.
The original Battlestar Galactica movie that they put out before the show started?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And The Last Starfighter.
Oh, now that would be awesome on a huge screen.
To get like those scenes where you're inside the cockpit and it's moving, like,
Yep.
that'd be dope.
Oh my God. That would be pretty sick.
And Captain EO.
But- Actually, they should just bring back Captain EO and just put it in movie theaters for a short run. That would actually be really cool. Because that thing was what, 30 minutes as it is? 20 minutes?
Yeah,
20,
I think it's like
minutes?
a 35-minute episode, 35-minute show or movie or whatever.
Yeah. And that was actually a really cool freaking 3D
4D.
show, man. Well, yeah, it was like one of the first 4Ds because it had the smoke and all the extra lasers going all over the place. And
And then
yeah.
the little things would run underneath the seats.
Was that? No, that was in Bug's Life.
Yeah, no,
I
I mean,
remember that.
but isn't that the 4D theater where they have the shit that goes under the seats? You hear the lights, you hear the smoke, like you're
No,
in
they
the
don't.
show while the movie's going on.
I mean, they had it, and then obviously you had the glasses, but they didn't have anything that I remember going underneath the seat. I know that they did that at a Bug's Life theater, and that thing was freaky because you even had the spiders poking your back, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that I don't remember Captain EO vividly because I saw it when I was 5. Yeah, I think I was like 5 years old when I saw Captain EO at Disneyland. And then I happened to be at Disneyland with my kids when they re-released it in like the early 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
No, early 2010s. And yeah, because they were like maybe like 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
I think David was like 8 or 9. And I don't remember it being 4D after that. I think it was just the movie.
Yeah, they cut back on a lot of things because they were changing that theater as it is. Because then not too long after that, they did the Path of the Jedi, which was showing the different scenes, like, and having a whole long speech of and watching Luke become the Jedi, and then all the way up to freaking Rey. So,
Cool.
yeah.
I'm
gonna say that with this movie, this was truly as perfect as you're going to get trilogy of a movie. Because when you watch all 3 movies, and if you watch them just back to back, you'll see that they tie up a lot of loose ends that you got from the previous movie, and even to the very end where they don't leave anything to chance. It's tied up. Marty's fate was changed. Doc's going to keep moving on. And it was just a well-written, well-shot, well-acted trilogy. So that's my 2 cents on that.
even though time doesn't work that way.
It works. According to Doc, that's how it works. Tell me wrong. Tell me where else can we get a better idea? That's how it works.
Endgame.
Endgame?
That's not. You go back to the future, and now that future is your present. And nothing you change there is going to change your future, because when you get back to where you came from, now that's your present.
Okay, but Marty he went to the future and he was just trying to change his kid.
But you can't change anything.
And then he
You
came
can't
back.
change it. You can't change anything, because once you get there, that future. So if he goes from 1985 to 2019, 2015,
No, 2015.
to 2015, now that future is his present. And when he leaves that present and goes back to 1985, Now that future is his past because he was there before he got back to 1985. Dude, I'm telling you, watch Endgame when they're about to do the time heist and go backwards and do the Mobius strip and shit like that. That's when fucking Rhodey was like, can't we just go back in time and like find baby Thanos and and everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? You're gonna kill a baby? And he's like, I don't know, That's when they started explaining this whole thing that I'm telling you right now. And it fucked me over. I was like, damn.
But it was even when they were explaining it to Tony Stark. Tony Stark's all like, "How are you getting all this?" And they're like, "Back to the Future." You're basing all this off a movie. It's like, well, yeah.
That's all we have.
that's it. So now you're telling me that this is not a perfect movie. Now that Endgame ruined it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because there's no Eric Stoltz.
The hell with Eric Stoltz.
Dude, the only thing I know Eric Stoltz for him, other than the fucking cutscenes that they showed me of him in Marty's clothes, is him in the prophecy as the angel that's dying.
Jeez.
Simon.
Really?
He plays the angel Simon, yeah.
Wow. So he was also in a movie called Mask about the kid whose face was all jacked up. Which was a really good movie. And sorry, it sounds like I'm all, but whatever. That was with him and Cher. And oh my God, it was also with what's his face? Sam
Wise.
Oh my God. No, he was in Roadhouse. God, Sam Wise.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah. Sam Elliott was in that movie also. And then he was in Crazy Hearts. Was that the name of the movie? Or
I still got one good arm to hold you with, Ellie dear.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, yes, he was in a lot of other things than just Prophecy and the cutscenes from Back to the Future. So
don't care.
He's not a bad actor. He's too much of a method actor, and it just didn't work for this. So whether you're a longtime fan or this is like your introduction to the next generation, or you're going to introduce this to the next generation to Hill Valley for the first time, this is a can't miss cinematic event. Get your hoverboard ready. We're going back to the future. Wait, actually, he was going like this. We're going back to the future. That's it. Yeah. That was a good, right? That was good? No?
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't even see it. My contacts are all jacked up. Ultraman Omega. Yeah, James, you're a little behind. Thank you, James. I nailed it. I know I did.
At least one of us thinks so.
One time, James is nice. Look at that. All right. That is it for... All right. Let's see where are we at. Okay. I think we can go through this thing because it's not a long thing. As far as they fixed your effing... Who fixed my... What? I don't know. I don't even know why.
He's saying your slides are fucked up, Holmes. Fix that shit.
It was, all right. God, I was kind of in a hurry. Kind of not. Well, I was kind of in a hurry. It was a long day.
He said it was Back to the Future, but said Ultraman, you fucking a-hole. We know, James.
Man, James getting aggressive here.
He expects more from you. He's not mad.
Yeah.
Just disappointed.
Well, that's why you should never expect too much. But all right, we're going to go through this segment, and I think we can go through it fairly quickly because we are going to be going and jumping into So this week in Geek History, we are talking about best American martial arts movies. Since we were talking about the freaking Ultraman, and we thought, you know what? Why not talk a little bit about American martial arts stuff, which is stuff that both me and David have grown up with. And I know this time around, I'm pretty sure, David, you're gonna say, yes, I know that movie. Yes, I know that movie.
All I'm gonna say is, if The Last Dragon and Kung Pao aren't on this list, I'm gonna be very angry.
Okay, first, let me tell you, Kung Pao is not on here, and The Last Dragon is not, unfortunately, on this list. They didn't make the
Your
list.
clothes are red.
But America was absolutely enthralled with martial art movies coming out of Asia during the 60s and 70s. So these were just films. These weren't just films. They were full-on cultural earthquakes because it was shaking things up as far as what Hollywood looked like and the star power. So Hollywood saw the power and the profit in the Kung Fu cinema. So you better believe they wanted a piece of that pie. So, well, actually, a piece.
That's a lot of nuts. That's right, Gazpacho King. That's right.
They wanted a piece of that egg roll. Yes, I said it.
James, where's Fandom Con? Where is this place?
What?
James said we should go to Fandom Con with him. Ernie Reyes Jr. will be there.
Isn't that the one that you sent me? That's going to be in Fresno or something?
Nah.
Seriously, I should have taken out my contacts. All right, so today's Geek History, we're going to break down some of the best American martial arts movies. And we're going to kick it off with, boom, Enter the Dragon.
I fucking love this movie, man.
I love this movie too. Like I just recently watched it again and I forgot how good it was. I really enjoyed this movie.
It's like the pinnacle of the Bruce Lee saga of martial arts movies. If you didn't know who Bruce Lee was by the time this movie came out, you definitely knew who he was after this movie hit. I mean, dude, how many freaking people are in this movie? Bolo Yang, that freaking tall fucking white dude with the beard. He's in like a bunch of martial arts movies. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh no, that's the other movie.
That's the next one where, yeah, and that's where Chuck Norris comes into the picture.
Chinese Connection. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah, this was actually, this really introduced Bruce Lee into the mainstream of American cinema and changed everything forever. From the seeing the fighting style on screen and hearing the
all the little celeries breaking.
Yeah, and then seeing Bruce Lee go and then like flexing everything. It's like that was typical Bruce Lee. But this is the movie that actually made Bruce Lee into a legend in cinema. So this kicked it off for American Kung Fu movies, and this was back in 1973. So if you haven't had a chance to check this out, get over there and check that out, because you'll see there are some cheesy parts. You'll be like, oh my God. No, but it actually was a great way. This is part of the first wave of mainstream Kung Fu movies that came out, or karate movies, actually. The next one we see, which is going to be fast forward to 1984, which introduced a whole new, this is where you could say it introduced a whole new audience to karate, because as far as me and David are concerned, well, you weren't even born. You were just barely born. But for me, Kung Fu cinema was seen as a Saturday afternoon film, like on Channel 9 or Channel 5, and they were just kind of like cheesy films. Yeah, and making all those noises through the whole thing. All the "I'm gonna get you" type of talk. It's like, wait a minute, he just had a whole line, and you're gonna tell me all he said was "I'm gonna get you" out of that whole
Still
sentence?
good.
But this next movie, which was The Karate Kid, it came out in 1984. So we're looking at 11 years after Enter the Dragon. This movie came out, and this was a humongous hit. Every kid that I knew wanted to be Daniel, and everybody wished they had a Miyagi in their corner with them. So, your thoughts, David?
My thoughts are that James said, fun fact, Eugene was too old to compete in the Tri-Valley Championship.
I'd like you to know that I was actually too young to be able to compete.
He also said, fun fact, Eugene used to babysit Mr. Miyagi. This movie was good, man. It was one of those, like, yeah, it made every kid want to do karate. Everybody wanted to do the illegal kick and kick someone in the face. It was just an all-around good movie. It felt good, especially when Barney reminded me that Daniel's the bad guy. It's a good film.
You know, I didn't see that from How I Met Your Mother, but after watching Cobra Kai and really seeing, like, basically learning more about Johnny, I had to say, man, like, I get it. Like, Daniel came to LA, he was already pissed as it is, and then he just took it to a whole new level and became a huge douche by the end of the movie. But then we're cheering for the kid the whole time, because it's like, wait a minute, but he's getting beat up. But the actual thing is that he's actually being the jerk about everything. So
I'm telling you, dude, watch How I Met Your Mother and watch the I still call him Carl from freaking Starship Troopers. Watch his explanation of why Zabka's the good guy. It's so funny.
I'm going to have to go back and I've got to watch it. But yeah, within those 11 years, from 1973 with Enter the Dragon to Karate Kid, there were a slew of other karate movies that came out, and America was eating it up. They really were, because as we got out of this era, we moved into more of the 80s and 90s action explosion. So we get Bloodsport.
Dude, this movie is probably the best freaking Jean-Claude Van Damme movie out there.
It is. I mean, for me, it's going to be Bloodsport and freaking Universal Soldier. That was my next favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. But
yeah, that's a good one. But I mean, in terms of like cementing what a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie is, Bloodsport did it. Like, it gave you everything that became Jean-Claude Van Damme tropes in every other movie came from this.
Yeah. And wasn't Kickboxer first, or was Bloodsport first?
I'm pretty sure Kickboxer was first.
So yeah, that's where we got his funky dancing.
No, breaking is where we got his funky dancing.
Oh, so he just moved it into Kickboxer. But at the beginning of the movie, we get this weird vibe between him and his supposed brother rolling around freaking Bangkok in their clothing that they're wearing. And then his brother buys him a bouquet of flowers while they're on this little boat.
Yeah, dude, there's a whole lot of like implied stuff happening in intro. It's weird, dude. It is weird.
It made me feel very uncomfortable. So I don't know if
So
they were like,
Bloodsport came out in February of '88, and Kickboxer came out in September of '89.
okay. So
like I said, everything tropey from Jean-Claude Van Damme came from this movie.
yeah, and that's what started our era of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, which Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Double Trouble, Lionheart, freaking Double Impact. Huh?
Double Impact, dude. Another Bolo Young movie.
Freaking Double Impact. That was a great movie.
Yeah, Gaspacho King's got it correct. He says Johnny Cage is based off of Bloodsport. Johnny Cage is literally Jean-Claude Van Damme's character.
Yeah, I remember seeing the making of. They did a making of the Mortal Kombat movies, and they were talking about that Johnny Cage was basically, he was mirrored after Jean-Claude Van Damme. So, but this movie, and then we find out years later that the whole Frank Duke story
Fake.
is a lie. So fake. But
yeah,
I still love the movie.
I mean, the movie's great, even though it's based off of a lie or
Yeah.
a fabrication of the truth. It's a good movie, dude. You got Bolo Young, you got Jean-Claude Van Damme, you got intro to like a bunch of different fighting styles that no one knew existed until we got those little clips of people, you know, in the kumite getting ready to fight. What else? I was gonna say something, I lost it. I don't know. And like Gaspacho King said, ogres in the movie. So
yeah, we got freaking ogre. He's all, pick a brick, any brick, and he's all like, "Ka!" And he just breaks it on his head. Yeah,
he's all,
scene.
nerds.
Okay, USA.
Yeah,
we got all kinds of great things out of that movie. But then we move on to the next one, which is American Ninja. I love this movie. And this movie actually came out before Bloodsport, and this launched the Dudikoff era of karate movies. Did you watch American Ninja?
I did.
I love this movie.
Not one of my favorite movies. I did like it. I did enjoy watching it, but it's not on my list of like best American martial arts movies. I'd put Sidekick over this.
Oh my God, I love Sidekick. Freaking Winnie was in it.
Sidekick, bro.
Dude, Sidekicks. That was a great movie. Chuck Norris, freaking Brandis. What's his name? Jonathan Brandis.
Mm-hmm.
Winnie Cooper.
Yep.
Yeah, great times. But I love these movies. These like part one was bad, and then part two was even worse. But it was so great. But it fell into that martial arts action films that Canon was putting out, because Canon was huge during the 80s, and they put out a ton of movies. Like Bloodsport was a Canon movie. So was American Ninja.
See, and this is a movie that would be cool if they remade it.
You know what? Yeah, it definitely would be. If they can do it, remake it, rewrite it, and it would definitely be a really cool movie. Especially
now that we know more about like the ninja culture, kung fu culture. You know, it's not so tight-lipped, because this came out tail end of when Bruce Lee was big. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
he was still fighting just to train whoever he wanted.
I would say this movie launched more of the ninja era, where you're starting to see kids dressing up as ninjas for Halloween. Honestly, this is the movie that did that. And I remember everybody like that year. It was 85. That year was the year that you would see every kid dressed up as a ninja, whether it's white, black, or red. That's what you saw. What's going on? So Next, we've got, now we're fast forwarding to 1991, and we're seeing a movie that actually had Bruce Lee's son in it, which is Showdown in Tokyo, in Little Tokyo. Did you ever see this one?
Yep.
Was where we, huh?
Was this pre-Punisher or post-Punisher?
91, that would be post-Punisher. Because I think Punisher was 89. If I remember correctly, which I don't know why I'm trying to guess.
Yeah, 89.
Okay. So this was post Punisher, and this is pre the fall of Dolph Lundgren, because after this he kind of just fell off. For a long time he had a good run. He had several movies that came out. Punisher wasn't the greatest, and then of course I Come in Peace was another movie that he did, which was horrible, which I don't know why as a kid I loved the movie. And then he did this one, which
Punisher wasn't horrible. It was just well received, not well received.
Which one? The Punisher?
Punisher. Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
I mean, I've watched it recently again, and I'm kind of like, I mean, yeah, I guess it wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't what we were expecting, because it was during the height of the Punisher comic books.
That's true. I mean, he had a run, right? He went from Rocky IV into the Punisher into the movie you just mentioned. What was it?
I Come in Peace.
I Come in Peace. Showdown in Little Tokyo.
No, actually, it was Rocky. I think it was I Come in Peace, Universal Soldier, the Punisher was in there, and then Showdown in Little Tokyo.
And his best movie, Masters of the Universe.
Oh my God, I almost forgot about that one. Which I think is going to probably be the best He-Man movie put out, because I've seen clips and heard the story of what the new He-Man movie is going to be, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Me neither, dude. This one I have to go back and rewatch. I haven't seen it since I was like 10.
Well, the best line in this movie was, he was leaving. Oh God, who was in this movie? I'm trying to think of female lead in this movie. It was Tia Carrera, which she was at her height and she was hot. But the famous line was, he told her, "Here, hold this shotgun, shoot anything that comes through that door." And she's all like, "Well, what if, or whatever you hear?" She's like, "What if it's you? You won't hear me coming." Fast forward through the movie, they're having a sex scene. We get to see Tia naked. And at the end, she has her line of, "That time I heard you coming." As a kid, I was like, oh,
what does that mean?
What is that? What does that mean? But she's hot.
Yeah, man, I'm so sad we lost Brandon Lee. He could have gave us many years of good movies. He was so good.
He was really good, and it just sucks that we lost him. And the thing is, we've been talking the whole time about freaking Dolph Lundgren, that we're overlooking who was also in it, which was Brandon Lee. And this was his 91. So this was I think it was his first debut movie. And then we got The Crow, and that was it. We didn't really get much else of Brandon Lee.
Yeah, pretty sad, man.
Yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, when you watch the movie, he actually did a really good job, and he didn't showcase so much of his fighting style in it. We were seeing more of Dolph Lundgren, because Dolph was the headliner in that movie. Yeah. Brandon was just an up and comer, even though his dad is, obviously Bruce Lee.
So he
So-
did The Crow, Showdown in Little Tokyo, Rapid Fire, and Laser Mission. Those are his 4
Oh my
movies.
god, I almost forgot Rapid Fire. That was actually a pretty good one too. I think that was better than Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Never saw it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. It was a decent movie, but we got 4 movies out of him, and that was it. And that sucks. But now we're going to move into what is called modern masterpieces, style meets substance, which is The Matrix. What do you think of that as being considered more modern masterpiece?
I think that's pretty correct. I mean, 1999, that's like, this movie fell into a perfect spot. We thought things were going to go south because of Y2K and all that stuff. And then we got this movie, which was like, oh, we live in a simulation anyways. And this literally sparked the idea that we live in a simulation. And now people are like, yeah, well, this thing glitched and that person glitched. And, you know, like, I don't know. There's a lot of parallels that are now, I guess, the conspiracy theorists, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of like, oh, we predicted that. We knew that. We saw that. But yeah, I mean, Kung Fu wise, yeah, I guess Keanu Reeves does a lot of karate in this movie, a lot of Kung Fu, a lot of different like Asian influence fighting styles. And you can't forget the scene where they're in the simulation teaching him how to do the Kung Fu.
Yeah, they were in the dojo, but we got a lot of wire technique in this movie also that was brought to American cinema, and this is a movie that actually launched a lot more of that. Was Tiger Crotch and freaking the other one?
Crouching
was it?
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, that was American made, right? Or was that Japanese made?
I think it's still a Chinese-based movie done on an American budget. Same thing with Hero. The difference is the actors were already known, where most of the Kung Fu flicks we got at the time, you didn't know who they were until they showed up. But by the time Hero happens, we already know who. By the time Hero happens, we know who Jet Li is. We know who Donnie Yen is. And then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it was Chow Yun Fat was the main character in that movie. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was definitely on that like turning point where we already knew who these people were now.
And that's where we got more of the wire technique, but like you said, now on American budget, which they were able to do even grander effects with those techniques, which we bring that into something like The Matrix, where he's able to do a lot of the stuff that he did in the movie also. So Kung Fu movies actually added a lot to action movies.
Mm-hmm.
Helped to launch a lot of new stunts, new techniques that they use even to this day and are still just, making better.
I think the only movie that I would add to this list that would be pre The Matrix, I think, would be like Rush Hour. Is that pre 99?
That was, I think the first one was like 90. I want to say 98.
Yeah. So I think Rush Hour would have been more like that modern classic or that modern masterpiece, because it gave us both an American movie with a classic Kung Fu, martial artist.
Well, that's where it's also, we are seeing I don't want to say the launch of Jackie Chan, but more of Jackie Chan being put into the limelight with that film.
Yeah, see, and for me, it was crazy because I grew up watching Kung Fu movies. I grew up watching The Kid with the Golden Arm, The Five Deadly Venoms,
Saw that, yeah.
Or what was Seven Blows of the Dragon.
Drunken Master, freaking Seven Samurais. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of Jackie Chan films that were obviously already made. And
Rumble in the Bronx, Super Cop.
Yeah. Rumble in the Bronx actually came out after they put it out after when it came to America after what you just mentioned. It's freaking
Super Cop.
no. Super Cop actually was put out after that too. After this freaking Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. God,
Oh, Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. So Rush Hour came out, then they put out Rumble in the Bronx and Super Cop. It was dubbed and it was remastered and brought to America because they saw the star power that Jackie Chan had in Rush Hour.
You know,
So,
and Gaspacho King said the same thing with the Jet Li movies.
yeah.
Yeah, once we got him in Lethal Weapon 4,
Yep.
and then he started coming out. Oh, and Romeo Must
Romeo
Die.
Must Die. Yep.
Then we got all of his movies brought over from China.
And we saw again that the star power that he had here in the States, that's why they're like, we can bank off the other stuff. So
Yep.
moving on to the next one, which is Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, which this is Tarantino's love letter to martial arts films. And I mean, I love these movies.
I think they're good. I wish that it wasn't David Carradine, but other than that, I think they're both solid flicks, and they really are just odes to martial arts movies in America.
Yeah.
So
They
they're
had
solid.
that. Yeah, they had that grindhouse feel because that's obviously what Tarantino's style is. And on top of that, they still gave us a lot of that fighting style that we saw in a lot of the old Japanese movies. So it was a good mix. And Tarantino, I think, did it right. Yes, you're right. I wish it wouldn't have been David Carradine, but he hadn't choked himself to death jerking off at this point. This is still pre that. So
Yeah, solid movies.
So we want to move to even more modern, which is going to be the John Wick series. I mean, what do you think?
I think in terms of martial arts, yeah, they're there. And as the movies got more popular, we got more martial artists, especially with the introduction of Mark Dacascos in what was it, 3 or 4? 3.
It was in 3.
So yeah, I mean, and Mark Dacascos, he's been around. Like, if you don't know him, I think one of the movies that should have been on there was Only the Strong, because that was a huge. It was like the introduction to America of capoeira and what that was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say these are probably the most recent martial arts movies we've got, unless you want to add like Shaolin Soccer or whatever the hell that's in there.
Shaolin Soccer.
James said, Ki Hu Kwan, we wouldn't have Matrix without Short Round.
We wouldn't?
We need more, we need clarity on this, James. Where you
Yeah. Is it because he just did martial arts stuff?
Is it because he had slicker shoes?
Pinches apparel, pinches apparel.
Booty traps. Yeah, I think, and then having the director who did these movies as a martial artist and a stuntman, God, I can't remember how to say his name. Anyway, having him on these movies really helped because it pushed the action, it pushed the weapons, and it made the fight scenes believable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also helps that Keanu Reeves, he gets 100% into the role that he's doing. He's not method actor, but he gets into it, especially if there's physical stuff that needs to be done. He is learning how to do a lot of that stuff. So yes, he learned how to do the shooting techniques, which if you haven't seen the video, this dude is freaking proficient as hell.
So
He's scary.
Fun fact, his gun stuff that he does, he actually picked up when he was doing Point Break and never let it go. Because he wanted to be a believable FBI agent, so he learned how to do the gun handling and stuff, and then just kept doing it because he liked it so much. Same thing with the martial arts. When he learned it for the Matrix, he just kept doing it. So when this came around, he already had that skill set.
And everything. And the thing is, the great thing is you could see it. You see how fluid he is in his motions when it came to the gunplay, how fluid his motions were even when he came to the fighting, and the fights were believable. And you see it obviously it was him. So it was. These movies are definitely great movies to watch. If you haven't seen any of them, then you really should. Even if you're not an action fan, you'll actually get a kick out of these and have a lot of fun with them.
Everyone keeps asking me if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But yeah, I think I'm back.
Now I'm gonna have to go and watch that movie when I get back to the room because
Gazpacho King says he's come a long way from being Ted Theodore Logan.
But that was such a great role. And then when they brought out the latest freaking Bill and Ted, I was so disappointed because he just wasn't Ted anymore.
He's John.
Yeah, he's definitely John. But moving on to the next thing, which is the more underrated nostalgia favorites, which we've got Best of the Best, 1989.
Dude, Best of the Best should have been on the main list. Like, why it isn't, I don't know. It's a freaking crime, dude.
So there's a lot of movies that should have popped up, honestly. Like you mentioned, Sidekicks is one of them. Definitely 100% should have been on that list. Then you've got freaking No Retreat, No Surrender, where we see Jean-Claude for the first, I want to say more of the first time playing a villain role. And then you had what was the name of that kid? He was in a show with Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers, and he plays a little martial arts kid, and the Gil Gerard was a cop. And I can't remember the name of the show. I'm sure one of these guys will pop out with the name. But there was a lot of karate stuff going on during the 80s and into the 90s that was not mentioned here. And it's just insane. And a lot of these movies that went unseen or at least unnoticed on this list. Also, along with the Best of the Best, we've got The Three Ninjas.
Light up the eyes, boys. Light up the eyes. Dude, Three Ninjas and a crime. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a crime that Big Trouble in Little China's not on here, dude.
Oh, you mean the other one that was on there?
Crime that it didn't come out on the main list.
On the main list. Yeah, this movie should have, and I mean, you and me both are huge fans of this movie. We love this movie a lot. Like
I do.
No
dude,
joke.
David is probably the coolest villain to ever come out of fucking movies, right next to Sho'nuff.
Sho'nuff. Yeah, that was another great villain. Who's the baddest?
And Big Trouble in Little China and Three Ninjas have the same man in it. They call him Egg Shen in Big Trouble in Little China, and he's the grandpa in
Three
Ninjas. Yeah.
He was also in freaking The Golden Child.
Yeah, The Golden Child.
Yep.
I want the knife.
Picking his nose. You might want to clean that off later because it's gonna freeze and break off or something, cut you.
Yep. Yeah.
So
these three movies, all three in a row, dude. Going back to Best of Best because we didn't really talk about it, but that movie is freaking amazing, dude. The trials that Eric Roberts, the fucking bad guy from Russia at the beginning of Rush Hour, is in that movie. Yeah, that movie is criminally underrated.
I actually got to meet Eric Roberts, and he was actually a really nice dude. It was really cool to meet him, and he was very gracious. And when I talked to him, and I told him that was one of the movies that I actually loved, and I mentioned to him, and he's all like, "Oh my God," he's all, not a lot of people mention that movie. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" That was like, I grew up with that movie. That movie, along with all the other martial arts action movies, and he was just very nice about it. And yeah, he was really cool. He was a really cool person to meet. But
yep. And this movie, like Gaspacho King said, this movie influenced Raid
Yeah, it definitely did.
and Beverly Hills Ninja. Is that on this list?
It is not on this list, but there are a lot of movies that were not mentioned. Like I said, Beverly Hills Ninja with freaking Chris Farley. I almost put that on there just to put it in.
And Robin Shou from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah. What else was there? Surf Ninjas wasn't on there.
With both Ernie Reyes's.
Who else? What else was there? I mean, shoot, we could actually say freaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a karate movie that wasn't mentioned.
Yep.
So there was a lot of great movies that were put out from all the way from the 70s all the way till now that were all martial arts movies. I mean, think about it. Whether it's Bruce Lee's elegance of his movements and his style, to Van Damme's intensity, or even Keanu's relentless precision when it came to his movements and even his gunplay. American martial arts movies have earned, I really think that they've earned their place in cinematic history. Am I right or am I wrong?
I mean, if without him, we wouldn't have had the 80s and 90s action bang that we got. So,
well, and when you think about it, when you watch a lot of the 80s movies, they were still throwing kicks using, karate. I mean, shoot, freaking Lethal Weapon. It's mentioned that he used some kung fu stuff.
mm-hmm.
That was what he said to Riggs, "Where'd you learn that? What is that?" And he learned all this kung fu stuff. So that is pretty much it for this week in geek history. And yeah, I mean, shoot, man, we're gonna do this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for us, man. We've gone a lot. We keep going pretty long on these. I don't know if we're trying to make up for all the time we lost or what, but
It's because you like to hear yourself talk.
I'm trying to have these things not scripted out, but at least have my bullet points to hit, and sometimes I don't. All right. So deal with it. But David, we've only got one Wednesday before LA Comic-Con, because we are not going to go live right before, because I'm going to be too busy picking everything up, getting it ready for the Thursday drop off at LA. So yeah, you guys get out September 26th through the 27th, or through the 28th, LA Convention Center. Get your tickets. They still have tickets that are on sale. Either get 1 day or 3 days, whatever you want to do. But it's going to be a lot of fun. There's always a lot of great things to see. Myself, David will be there. We'll be interviewing people inside the booth, which is actually going to be a Flintstone mobile. And then we'll also be walking around the con, checking out things, interviewing vendors and cosplayers. If you're a cosplayer and you want to come over to our booth, come to the booth. It's 855. I believe it was 855. I want to make sure what number we were, because I already got that. Where is it? There it is. 8. We are, 866. So if you see the small little X-Men 97 booth, 867, we're right across from them. We're at 866. Come by, check it out, say hi. We're going to have prizes to give away and games to play and free stickers. And also, you guys get a chance to actually donate to Project Wish Upon a Star, who's there in the booth. It's actually their booth. We're just kind of crashing it. But check it out, guys. Come on down, say hi to us. Tell us that, whether you like the show, you don't like the show. Either way, we're just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. But anyways, David, take us out, man.
As always, man, share, like, comment, do all the things we need you to. Follow us on Twitch, Instagram, here on YouTube. Everything's the Geek Saga except for YouTube, where it's the Geek Saga 77. And join us next week when we get our last show in before going out to LACC. And like my old pal Jack Burton said, join us next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, and the saga continues.